everybody and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm checking out the G.I. Joe Classified series Lady Jaye. So Lady Jaye released back in 2021. She was part of the fourth wave of figures. She wasn't an exclusive, so thank God for that. She's actually quite easy to get. She's about $20 to $25 retail in the US, and in Australia about $35 to $40. I got mine from popculture.com.au. I was really happy, got her and a bunch of others, so no issue getting her at all. There is a Walmart exclusive retro carded Lady Jaye on the way, which is pretty identical to this, and with that being a Walmart exclusive, it could mean that this maybe fluctuates in price, but I'd say she's not going to get too expensive. So looking at the box, really nice artwork here. I particularly like this artwork. The red, the green and the blue all works really well together, and then more on the side, really happy with that. And on the back, I prefer this splash over the Cobra Island or the Python Patrol or Tiger Force or whatever else. This is the best for me. I really like how they incorporate the additional characters. So you can see on here there's Lady Jaye front and center, and then Flint, and then on the side she's number 25 in the range. All of her particulars, I don't actually look these up. I know you can actually look them up on the website. It tells you about all their skills, and then Lady Jaye on the side as well. So let's crack her open and take a closer look. Okay, so here she is out of the box with all her accessories. Starting off with the additional hair sculpt. So Lady Jaye comes with her hair actually on, but then you can take it off for this really quite horrifying version of Lady Jaye. But she also comes with this very nicely sculpted baseball cap, and it has the sculpted hair as well. And let's just pop that back on there before it gets a little bit too creepy. That is a real nice touch. I really like that. Prefer this than the actual hair. The hair I don't think looks too bad. Something not quite right about it. Sits a little bit unusual, but looking at the actual hair itself, it is nicely done. It's all sculpted. It's a soft plastic. There's no real detail in it. It's just one solid brown. But then the baseball cap is much nicer. Again, quite soft, and then the hair is sculpted, but this looks much better. Let's pop that on. She also comes with her spear gun. So this again, just one solid piece, all sculpted matte black. And she comes with two spears. The first spear here is all one piece, and the tip is this nice gunmetal silver. And the second spear doesn't have any heads on it at all. You actually get additional heads, so you get one here and a second. And the great thing I like about this is with the backpack, and we'll just quickly look at the backpack. So again, very nicely done, all sculpted one piece, this military green with the matte black. It does actually have an articulated camera, so that's also pretty cool. But the best part about this is on the flip side, it has these compartments for those extra heads. So one and two. That's a real great feature. I really hope that they do more like this with future Joes. She also comes with a dagger, quite unremarkable, just one solid piece, all matte black. And then in keeping with all the Joes, you can get everything onto the figure. So let's give it a crack. Okay, there we are, all kitted out and ready to go shopping for more wigs. So before we take a close look at the figure, let's do a quick comparison. I do have the 25th anniversary edition of Lady Jaye here. This has seen better days. I got this off eBay secondhand, and it's in pretty bad condition, so you can't really make it out. It looks like it's had some sun bleach. Anyway, you can see that the figures are very similar, and I do like that. That is why I collect the classifieds, because of that callback. Everything is all apparent. The only thing that I would say is that the original figure looks like she came with a sidearm, whereas the classified doesn't, but apart from that, they've got it spot on. So taking a close look at the actual figure in hand. Now, I'm not 100% sure. I did think that this was the first pinless jointed figure. I think someone has since corrected me, but I can't see any pins on here at all. And I don't know that any others before her were pinless, but please let me know if I'm wrong. So the figure is really, really nice in hand, very, very light, really not much weight to it at all. As I said earlier, the sculpt for the hair is very nicely done. The face is a slight bit off. Let's just take the hat off so we can see the creepy look. Yeah, the face sculpt, I do like it, but it's just not quite right. There's something a little bit off about it, but it's a minor gripe. The wardrobe is really nicely done. Really nicely sculpted collars, all solid plastic. She also has these straps coming across the top here and across her waist. These are single pieces, but they are loose, as you can see. In keeping with the other Joes, she has this communication device that the first line of Joes had. I'm not sure if that's going to continue. And then moving around, really nicely done here. The sculpting, I think, is unique to this figure. I don't know if they reused it. I've had a quick look at Scarlet and Baroness, and it doesn't look like they've reused any pieces later or before, so really well done there. The boots are very well done as well. They're like a slightly more effeminate version of Duke's boots with the shin pads here. I don't know that they had plans to make a Lady Jaye more futuristic like with the Duke, but if you remember, the first version of Duke had that very futuristic silver and gold boots, and these look like the same design, but I'm glad that they kept it in the nice matte black. And then the actual arms themselves, really well done. She has these rolled up sleeves. The sculpting here is really cool, but for me, it's those pinless joints. They just look really, really good. So much better than seeing the pins on the legs and on the arms. Very nicely done. So let's quickly take a look at articulation. Everything you come to expect with the Joes now, they've set a quite high standard. There is some slight restriction with her head when you look up because of the hair on the back of her collar, but she does get some down and she gets complete rotation. Butterfly joint at the shoulder, so everything we've come to expect. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, and then rotation at the peg for the wrist. She gets a little bit of ab crunch, but the abs are slightly higher, so she's got a cut here just below the breastplate and then just above the waistline, so she actually has two cuts. She does get a little bit of back, but not too much front. She does get rotation at the waist. Bit stiff, but she does get full rotation. And then at the hip, all the way up, drop down legs. She has a cut at the top of the thigh, double jointed knee, boot cut, and then forwards and back at the ankle. So the articulation is really, really good. And it just goes to show that the pinless figures can do everything that the pinned figures can. And just for a quick size comparison, here she is next to Outback. And here she is next to Baroness. So my final thoughts on the classified Lady Jaye. This figure turned out great. I have to say she's probably one of my top 5 so far. Probably up there with Outback, Could be because of those pinless joints, but I think everything else just works. The overall look, the callback to the original design, it's all there. Plus those extra accessories and the ability to store those accessories in the backpack. That's a nice touch, and I really hope we see more of that in the future. But there is another Lady Jaye on the way, the retro carded Lady Jaye, and from what I've seen, she's very similar. I think there is a slight difference in the green that they've used in the new one. So in terms of that one versus this one, maybe if I get that one, I'll do a comparison. But overall, you've got to have a Lady Jaye in your collection, and this one doesn't disappoint.